My name is Ralph Fevre. I was appointed as Professor of Social Research in the Cardiff School of Social Sciences in 1995. In my research, I take a sceptical attitude towards the idea that your physical and mental health and your general well-being is better in employment. This is certainly the orthodoxy amongst policymakers, but it wasn't always like this. Back in the 1970s, when the Health and Safety at Work Act was passed, it was taken for granted that work could have negative effects on health and well-being, fatal industrial injuries, debilitating diseases. The shift from jobs in mining and manufacturing to safer jobs in the service industries has continued since then. You're not as likely to be killed or maimed if you're sitting at a PC as you were at the coalface or on a deep-sea trawler, and risky industries have become safer, not least because of the legislation passed in the 1970s. But we should not be so sure that the shift to white-collar work has only had benign effects. In my research, I have explored the idea that the hazards of contemporary work have changed their shape and are now likely to be caused by the relationships people have in the workplace rather than the work itself. Measuring the effects of ill treatment in the workplace on health and well-being was one of the main benefits of the psychological research on bullying at work, which began in the 1980s. Mental health problems and psychosomatic symptoms were one of the effects on which researchers agreed. In our research at Cardiff, we have been defining ill treatment more widely than bullying in order to overcome some of the methodological and theoretical problems associated with the concept. We think the idea of bullying focuses researchers' attention on individual psychology rather than the social characteristics of the workplace, including its culture and organisation. In particular, we have been trying to measure unreasonable treatment, incivility and disrespect, and violence, uncovering both their causes and their effects on employees in the workplace. Policymakers who assume that work is uniformly good for health and well-being would do well to take notice of our findings.